welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be updating my eyeshadow bingo. So I will put up a photo of the shades I was working on. I don't have that many photos of my palettes to show you. There's only two where I've hit goals. However, I did hit goals on a lot of individual eyeshadows. So I have been collecting them all in here and I will go through them and show you. I'll put up on the screen how many uses they were at, but obviously they are now at 10, but I'm not sure where they were at the last update. I'm gonna have to go back into my last update or find the photo and find that out. But we have 9 shades, which is pretty good. That's generally around my goal. I actually just hit this one today. It's what I have in my inner, like, part of my lid before I put a shade from my Panless eyeshadows on top. So we will start with that one. Why not? Actually, I'm gonna do it in order. So the first shade is a shade from She Glam. Not sure what palette, don't know what it's called. I think I just call it white pink. And I did hit my 10 uses on there. It's got quite a nice pan now. Then this is the shade Cocoa or Cocoa or whatever from the Made by Mitchell 5th Dimension Ground Running palette. Then this is Beauty Bay Mini Charms palette. This is the shade Cosmic. This is from the Be Perfect Gravity palette. It's the shade Surge. This is from the Woma Beauty Black Magic palette. It's the shade Life Giving. That one actually has like a nice little usage in it now. These take like 50 uses to hit that in, so I'm impressed that it looks like that. Then this shade is, oh, this is the Making Waves shade, right? Yes. So this is from the Sleek Making Waves palette. I got that as a free gift with purchase. And this is the shade 9. And I actually managed to hit pan in this one, in this project, and it has 10 uses. So that is very exciting. Then another one I managed to hit pan on in this project before the 10 uses. You can't actually see the pan that well, but I can put a photo up. Oh no, you can see it there. Is from the Milani Gilded Flora palette. It is the shade Petal to the Metal. Next shade is from the Beauty Bay Tropical palette. It's the shade Lilo, and this one is cracking. I mean, a lot of the mattes are cracking, but it's fine. This is not my favourite. I think I just was trying to use it in a darker capacity than it is. It looks darker than it shows up when you put it on. And then this one I hit today in the inner corner, not inner corner, but like inner lid before I topped it. This is from the Morphe 35C palette. The shade, it's either
Sterling wipes her arm over her face, downs the whiskey and takes a long drag on her cigar. Then she surveys the room.
Dip now.
Well, we're gonna have to
pan in that at some point. But yeah, those are the shades that I am rolling out of the project. I'm not going to roll any new ones in just because I've discovered I had way too many shades in this project and it was very stressful. Oh, hello, Sunny. My cat is getting up. Hello, little guy. So, yeah, I did not really anticipate that that was going to be way too many shades for me to be working on at a time. So because of those, I actually hit 2 goals in 2 separate palettes. So this palette already had one. I will put this picture on screen. This palette already had a goal hit. It already had a column done. And I have hit another column. I'm also very close to the full row. Because of the, what shade is it? The Making Waves shade. So because I hit that, this is what happened. So I have moved over to a different column, which should hopefully not take very long to hit my goal on. I'm doing very well on that palette. Then another one I have hit my first goal on because I actually have an empty in this row, and then because of the Woma Beauty, the orange matte shade, I have got a full column. A little bit further off on the row, but not horrendous. And again, I've moved over to another column, which you will see on there. I'm just going to save these quick so that I don't forget. So then I also will put up the remaining shades on the screen. Oh, so I do have them in this double layered palette with my Pan Up palette. So my Pan Up palette is the top layer, and then this is the second layer. I'm just gonna do this so that you can't see my Pan-Those eyeshadow shades, but these are all the shades I have left. Fabulous. I'll put a photo up because it's very difficult to what's it called? To hold up. But I have 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 shades left. I will start rolling in at 12, I think. Maybe less than 12. It might honestly even be like 9. I don't know. I'd like to be working on one from every single palette, but I also don't want to overwhelm myself because I am trying to finish my Pan palette, and I also have my monthly rotation for palettes as well. So I will just go through and I will put the shades on the screen. I don't think they're going to be in the right order, but the first... Actually, I'll just say them in the right order. 1 second. So the first shade in my new picture is the shade Amande from the Beauty Crop. I'm just going to move this down a bit. So the first shade from my new picture is the shade Amande from the Beauty Crop. That one is still sitting at 0 uses. I haven't used it at all. Then the next shade down is Botanist, which again I haven't used, so we're still at 1 use. Same for Pumpkin, it's still at 1 use. I'm not sure if I used that this month or not. I can't remember. And then we have the shade... Oh, Pumpkin is from the Revolution and Soph palette, and Botanist is from the Milani Gilded Flora. Then Heat Seeker from the Morphe 35A palette is at 4 uses. I'm not sure what it was at last time. It is... What's it called? It is hopefully going to get its use this month because I do have some pinks to pan. So I'm hoping a lot of these pinks will get some use. Then the next shade on the next column is Do or Dough. It's from the Colourpop It's My Pleasure. That is sitting at 1 use still. Then we have the shade Paradise from the Beauty Bay Tropical. That is at 4 uses. I'm not sure how many times I used that this month, but I have definitely used it. Same for Morphe 35C Talk of the Town. This one is one I need to complete an entire... It's the column... No, the row, I think. And I only have 4 uses left to go on that, so I'm at 6 uses. So that one I am hoping to hit, so the pinks will get use. Then for Paradise from the Beauty Bay Tropical palette, I am at 5 uses. Again, that's been getting used with the pinks. Then my next shade on the next column is the shade Earthshine from the Colourpop It's My Pleasure. This one is sitting at 2 uses. I have two of these. So I have the single and then I have the one out of the palette. So I'm gonna have to do Earthshine twice, but that's fine because they're right next to each other in the palette as well, but it's fine. Then the next shade we have is Colourpop Flora. It is from the High Tide palette. This one is at 4 uses, so 6 to go. This is also another one that would complete a column or row if I hit it. So hopefully I will be able to do that for next time. Obviously I hit 9 this time and they were a lot further away from their usage goals than these are now. So I'm optimistic that I can do it. I also have a blue in my Pan Those eyeshadows that's got like the least use out of all of my Pan Those eyeshadows. So we could definitely get some blues done. Speaking of blues, I have a Made by Mitchell shade from the Christmas palette out of the advent calendar. What is it called? Christmas Story. Northern Tale is the quad, the blush palette. That one is sitting at 3 uses. This is very pretty. It doesn't have that much of a base, and I tried to wear it as a highlight because I was like, oh, it doesn't have much of a base, blue highlight. It has a base if you do that, but it doesn't have, it's a nice topper, so I can wear it with other things. This is another one where it would complete a column or a row. Then the last shade in this column is from the Odin's Eye Merry Christmas palette. It's the shade New Year. This is on 2 uses. I don't think I've used this in this project at all, to be honest. That's fine. Then next column we have the shade, what is it? Retro Vibes from the Pastel Roses. That is on 2 uses. I do think I'm going to be working on some greens because I have a green that's very close to being done in my Pan palette. So I think I could get that one done. Then we have the shade Heartbreak Hotel, I believe, from the Beauty Bay Retro Love palette. The way I'm remembering all these off the top of my head is quite impressive. And this one is just sitting out 1 use. I haven't really got a chance to use it. I haven't done any minty looks or anything. You'd think because it's April and it's just been Easter I would have used it, but no, I was doing orange looks. I was really trying to get those orange shades out of this project. Then we have the shade Chocolate from the Beauty Bay Rich palette, the 9 pan, and this is sitting at 4 uses. This is another one that if I hit it, it will do a column or a row. So very excited about that. This one is like cracking, but it's fine. If I hit pan in a weird crack, it's fine. Another one that is cracking is the shade Gatto from that same palette. This is sitting at 6 uses. This one can definitely be done. I like the shade. It's just a nice neutral transition shade. So if I don't get that one done, shout at me. Unless I still get loads done, then whatever. Don't actually shout at me. I might cry. I am kidding, I won't. Then for the last column, we have the shade Grayscale from the Be Perfect Gravity palette, and that is sitting at 5 uses. As you can see, I'm wearing greys today. This is the issue. There's a grey in my Pan palette. There's these greys in my rotational palette, and then this grey. So when you have 3 of the same shade of matte grey, it's not ideal. However, this one will have its usage goal hit tomorrow. So then I will work on Grayscale because that's 5 uses, and then I'll work on the one in my Pan palette because that's more of a long haul situation. But I think in future I'm not going to roll in shades that are exactly like shades in my Pan palette because that's stupid. I don't know why I did that. So we're going to think more carefully about how we're rolling in shades in the future. So then the second to last shade, oh, I don't know if I said that's also one that would complete a column or row. Then my second to last shade is the shade, is it Thanks It's New or RSVP Yes? I like both of those shades, so I can never remember which one it is. Let me have a look. Thanks It's New. RSVP Yes is the blue. So this is from the 35C palette from Morphe, and this is sitting at one use, haven't used it in the project. And then same for the final shade, which is Magnetic. My cat is up because he can hear doors. It's the shade Magnetic from the Be Perfect Gravity palette, sitting at one use, haven't used it in the project. So I am going to try and focus on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6 that would complete a column or row, ideally, which then in turn will create more that will complete a column or row. But yeah, I am happy with my progress for this month, and I will see you next month for hopefully more eyeshadows completed with 10 uses. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next month. Bye!